Hello, I'm Steve Morell, author of ContactBabel's new report, The Inner Circle Guide to Agentic AI. Our research is based on hundreds of surveys with UK and US organisations and thousands of customers. With me today to discuss Agentic AI is Matt Hanley, who is Director of Service Development and Solutions at HGS UK, where he leads the design and delivery of innovative tech-enabled service solutions for clients. Matt, hello.
Hi, good day, Steve.
So, Agentic AI, where do we start? What are some of the things to consider around, say, use cases?
So when we're looking at the use of agentic AI, one of the things that's really important to understand is what is the organization trying to achieve, and really focus on specific goals in the use of what the technology can bring in terms of both productivity gains or cost efficiency gains. Some of the things that often go amiss is actually thinking about the actual experience that's wanted to be created in terms of the deployment of the technology. And what we really want to do and what we want to make sure is that actually we are being bold in terms of our ideas and our thoughts about how we use the technology. We're not trying to be too clever. It's a really important point to think about how do you keep things simple, but how do you rethink about the way something should be done rather than necessarily just try and replicate what's done today. And very much thinking about what are the consequences of what we will have done once we've implemented that technology, and actually is that a better place, or does that just store up problems for future? That's particularly prevalent when we're looking at deeper integrations to systems that the agent is then actually looking to use to undertake its tasks.
Right. Okay. I'd like to ask you about personalization, because that personalization at scale seems to be one of the things that kind of AI is promised to deliver. It is kind of a topic that does come up again and again in conversations. It's obviously not straightforward though. What are some of the things to look out for?
So personalization is a really key aspect of the benefits that agentic AI can bring. The agents can retrieve information and understand information in a way that more traditionally machines haven't been able to do so. What this has meant is that responses in terms of certain channel interactions, whether they are digital interactions directly with an agentic solution, or an assistive solution which is working alongside an agent, can really enrich that interaction experience. One of the things that we have to be very cautious of, though, with personalization is over personalizing. If we've got data and information about a customer that we're interacting with, there could be certain biases or certain ways in which we are understanding the information that we have on a system somewhere, as we try and form a way of responding that we think will actually be of interest and more curious to somebody that's contacting us. And we make sure that we kind of manage this with some clear guardrails around making sure that the content that actually is being used to formulate responses is only relevant to the subject and the context itself. That actually we're making sure that the guardrails are also there to make sure that we have the right context that we're giving our information as well. So personalization is really important to add value to the interaction and the experience, but we also need to make sure that the agents, as they're going about their tasks, understand when something might be beyond their ability as well, and that actually they bring the human back into the loop from the task that they're performing.
Yeah. So when we're talking to solution providers and AI professionals in general, everybody talks about data. It's one of the key things, obviously. Most companies are swamped with it as it is. Using agentic AI is going to create even more data. So what does that mean for an organization?
So really valuable is understanding all those data points that get captured with that automated interaction. What often is missed with a more traditional interaction and not using agentic AI is that the data points that could be of real interest to us are missed. So one of the things that we really find adds significant value is sort of understanding what's being said between the lines. So in a classic interaction, which doesn't include agentic AI, we might find that our agents don't actually capture all the data and information relevant to the conversation that's been taking place, that actually they're only capturing the data they've been asked to. But equipping our agentic AI with the tools to actually extract and abstract and understand what else is being said in that conversation. It could be something about a brand, or it could be something about an experience, or a complaint or an observation or something. Those are things that we can actually have our agentic AI extract with tools that they have to then use that data in a way that helps us actually improve experiences and processes going forwards. All that data helps us understand how the organization is performing, both at a process level as well as a people performance level. And that then translates into other opportunities, which allows us to drive benefits for customers, teams, as well as the wider organization and potentially the supply chain. There's real value in that discovery of what's actually in between the lines of an interaction and when processes work and processes don't work.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Agent X, HGS's, beg your pardon, AI-powered contact center solution. What does it do? And really, kind of how does it differ from any other solution?
So at HGS, we've made some investments in our own technology to support the technologies that are often being used in delivering service in our contact centers. And it's a modular framework which allows us to assemble various different components. Some of them are agentic AI components and tools that assist with a range of self-service efficiencies and ways of performing tasks for those that contact us, as well as actually assisting our agents in terms of understanding the opportunity for improving an interactive experience by either getting things done quicker or actually adding that level of extra personalization to the interaction itself. One of the key aspects of what we've created with our Agent X solution is to make sure that we aren't substituting necessarily feature or function that our customers will have within their contact center solution. And this is quite important both from a cost and a relationship point of view with key vendors. Now, what we're finding is that our solution means that customers don't need to switch out their roadmap that they are on for, say, their CCaaS technology CCaaS technology and the partner they're working with there, and that we can actually complement that. What we also means is that we can adapt at pace to technological innovation as well. So our Agent X framework allows us to switch in and switch out technologies in a kind of a unified, cohesive way that can also support other processes or ways of working from effectively one single unified technology stack augmented around existing investments and existing technology.
Okay. You tell us anything more about how else Agent X is being used at the moment?
So remembering that it is a framework, our Agent X solution, we're actually finding that there's a number of other, many number of other use cases which our framework can be applied to, bringing together and assembling our agentic AI components and kind of worker processes. And one example, which is a really strong example, is where we're actually deploying our solution, which is delivering a 300 to 400% productivity improvement, saving many hours of professional practitioner time on caseworker time. And this is in the healthcare and in the healthcare arena, where there's a lot of assessments are needed. And really the key benefits of the agentic AI in this solution is it's the tools that accelerate getting to an outcome in a way that sees people access either the healthcare funding or the healthcare outcomes much faster.
Right. So thank you. Yeah, thank you for your insights there. The Inner Circle Guide to Agentic AI looks at what's actually new about Agentic AI the best use cases, how to get your organization ready to use it, how to implement it successfully, and most of all, safely. It's freely available to download now from HGS. Matt, thank you very much.
My pleasure.